What's up, guys? Today on Rack Recordings, I show you how to reamp silently in your own house. Yeah, so like the title states, I'm going to show you how to silently reamp in your own house, apartment, wherever, without bothering anybody. Now, this requires a couple things, a couple different routes you can go, but I basically went the basic, cheapest route possible. So you're gonna get yourself one of these. This is the RADIAL Pro RMP. Now, this is a dedicated reamping box. The purpose of this is to get your guitar tone, your raw DI, to an amplifier. So it's got to come from your computer to your interface, to this box, and then to the amplifier. What this box does, it takes a line level signal and converts it into an instrument level signal. If you don't do this, you'll have tons and tons and tons of feedback. You'll never stop it. So you're better off getting one of these. There are ways to do it without it. Like, you can get a DI box and run it reverse, but I never tried it because I just bought this and then didn't try anything else. So, and then you're gonna need a cable to go from it. So this XLR end is going to go into the reamp box, which will send to this end, which will go into your pedal board. Decently long cable. You're gonna probably want that. And then I got the THD hot plate, which is basically a giant resistor. You're gonna plug in your amplifier into the input, so the speaker output from your amp will go to this. Make sure your amp is compatible with whatever one you buy. There are some that offer varying resistances where you can plug in whatever amp you want and it'll match it to it. You're gonna go from your speaker output of your amp into this input, and then you're gonna take a line out to your interface. Tube amps you can't run without a speaker load. You need something on there. You're gonna blow up your output transformer and your tubes, everything. So always make sure you have a speaker load. Never ever run a powered output into an input of an interface. That's gonna cause a lot of problems and probably smoke. Go in, out, and then there's two speaker outputs on this. So you can run these to whatever speaker. I'm assuming this is also an 8 ohm output on this. It directly passed through. You don't need to use this, and then on the front, you would always, like, if you have something like this, you would make sure it would be on load. Okay, you don't want it to be on any of these other things because that's only for attenuating your output. Okay, now back to the reamp box. So you'll get an available output on your interface, a line out preferably, where you really can't adjust the volumes with it. You'll get that cable I showed you, and you'll plug it in to the input, which is going to probably be an XLR female. And then your output, it's going to go to your pedal board or to your amp, whatever. Let me take you to my pedal board. Okay, so on my pedal board, I'm going into this compressor pedal and then into my TS9 tube screamer. I've been experimenting a little bit recently, and for this video, I did barely any compression on this. I mean, it's still there, just to even out what's coming in. And then it goes to this tube screamer, which I have set up for a boost. The tone's drawn back a little bit, and I didn't use the gain channel or any of the overdrive channels on my amp. I'm getting some distortion from here, and I have a little bit of the gain on the amplifier on the clean channel with a clean boost. So that's giving me a very nice tone. So basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be going out of your reamp box into your first pedal in the chain, out of the first pedal into the second, and so on. And then from there, you're just going to plug directly into the amp like you normally would. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is make 2 tracks that you're going to record to. Okay, so I'm going to call these GTR Reamp. Now, if you haven't done this already, open your output and input settings, and you're going to create an output for an available output that you have on your interface. So for this one, I'm going to name this Reamp, and it's going to be a mono output number 3. Okay, so I haven't ever made this my default, so now apply it and click OK. Okay, now you're all set up. Then you're going to send your DIs to your reamp output. I like to keep an impulse response on my input track so that I know exactly like an idea of what I'm going to be getting from my amp. And then you're going to, well, I do this, but add 10 decibels to the send track. And then you're just going to reamp them, and let's see how they come out. Okay, so now we're going to do the second track and do exactly as we did with the first. So let's pan them and see how they sound together. Thank you so much for watching today, guys. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe to my channel. Every little bit helps. See you later.